Hello, here we are going to be talking about how to make money while traveling or while just living in your car or van or RV or something like that. And basically, I have been living in my car and traveling across the US for almost a year and a half now. And basically, this entire time, I have been searching endlessly for ways to make full-time income. So here I am going to share with you what I've learned and what I feel are the 12 best ways to make money while living in your car. And also, I will put the timestamps of the different topics I'll be talking about in the description, so if you want to fast forward to the next topic, you can just click the timestamp. Alright, so the first way I'm going to talk about is where probably about 75% of my income comes from, and that is doing driving or delivery apps such as, but not limited to, Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, Shipt, Postmates, Instacart, Veho, and Roadie, and those are just some of them. There's more out there. With these apps, you can deliver anything with your car. Some of them do food from restaurants. Some of them deliver hard goods from like stores like Home Depot or Michael's. Some of them deliver personal things like prescription medicines or just random packages. Just anything that you can drive your car and deliver, you can use these apps and get paid for it. Now, the first thing I want to say about these apps is you really need a reliable car. I have a Toyota Prius, and you know, what better car than a Prius to do these delivery apps? And not just because a Prius gets such good gas mileage, but because it's a Toyota and it's so reliable. If you have a Toyota or a Honda, that's like the perfect kind of car to do these delivery apps in. For years and years, Toyotas and Hondas are known to be the most reliable cars. You know, you don't want to be putting miles on your car if it's already got mechanical problems and breaking down all the time. I mean, you can do it a little bit. I just wouldn't suggest it long term. Like, I plan on saving up a lot of money through these delivery apps long term, but you can make a lot of money doing these delivery apps. If you do it right, I mean, you can make $1,500, even like $2,000 or more a week if you do it right. Now, I know that sounds crazy, and I know some of you probably don't believe it, but you'll be working like 70 to 80 hours a week to make that much. Like, my first time that I worked almost 80 hours a week, it was like 76 hours. I did DoorDash only, and I made $1,400 in about 76 hours, and I probably went through 2 tanks of gas, so it was like, you know, $50–$60 of gas. And so, you know, that's a lot of money. That's more than any other job I've ever had. And it's so cool because I can do these delivery apps anywhere I go, any city, any state. And also, I don't do only one app. Like, my 3 that I do right now are Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Roadie. Those are the 3 I do. It's called multi-apping. Like, I'll have all 3 apps open at once, and I'll get orders from all 3. I just accept the highest paying order, you know? So when you multi-app like that, you definitely make a lot more per hour. So yeah, I kind of feel like I'm giving you a gold nugget there with that information if you have, you know, the right kind of car and the right kind of setup to where you can do those delivery apps. I mean, you could travel the country and just save like thousands and thousands of dollars, not spend anything on rent because you're living in your car. All right, so now the number 2 way that you can make money while living in your car is through temp agencies or work agencies, whatever you want to call them. There's usually multiple in every city, every town, and some examples are Manpower, Ronstadt, Select Source. That's just to name a few. Basically, with these work agencies, you go in, you fill out an application, and you kind of give them like your resume and your work history, and you tell them what kind of job you're looking for, and usually they run a background check and or a drug test, and once all that clears, then they will assign you to jobs. And basically with these places, sometimes they're day labor places where you can just work 1 day at a time, and sometimes it'll be like a week-long assignment somewhere. I mean, they actually pay decent. Like, they pay, in my experience, anywhere from like $9 to $12 an hour. Those are nice because you can work just 1 day at a time. Like, basically whenever a company has like a an assignment or like a bunch of work that needs to be done, but they don't want to hire people like full time for the long term, then they will go to these temp agencies to have them hire workers for them. All right, now the third way that you can make money while traveling is with seasonal jobs. Now, seasonal jobs can come in multiple shapes and forms. I mean, like some examples are you could be a campground host somewhere at a campground. You can work at a ski resort, you know, just for the season. You can work at a national park. National parks have tons of seasonal jobs. You can be a tour guide somewhere, like for example, like a whitewater rafting company that is only open like during the summer, during the, you know, the warmer months. You could be a tour guide there. Like I almost applied to a seasonal job. Like I found a ski resort on the East Coast somewhere. I didn't even know we had ski resorts, but we do. We have a few, and the one I found had a bunch of jobs hiring, and they had employee housing, which was nice. One reason I didn't apply is because I'm making a lot more money than I would doing that. But a lot of these seasonal jobs are really fun jobs, you know, and it's like a really fun thing to do. You have like benefits to where you can, like I could go skiing probably either for free or for, you know, really cheap. You meet people, you make friends. I mean, some things are worth more than money, you know, and I might go back to that ski resort this winter and apply. A lot of them have employee housing, and the one I was looking at, I talked to them, and the employee housing was $350 a month. Now, I would not be saving much money. I know that. I probably would make $10, $11 an hour at that place. But, you know, it's a fun place to work, and it would just be an overall great experience. You know, I could make lifelong friends. You never know. Now, the fourth way that you can make money while living in your car is by freelancing. Now, I don't know a ton about freelancing, but I'll explain what I do know. Basically, when you are a freelancer, you are self-employed, and you have a skill or a service that you offer people, and you have multiple clients at a time typically, and you basically just charge them however much per hour that you agree on. There are so many different things that you can do. You can paint things for people, you can be a photographer, you can have some computer software that you know how to use and teach people how to use it. Like, I'll give you an example. I actually almost hired a freelancer recently. So for my YouTube channel, I use a software called DaVinci Resolve to edit my videos. And DaVinci Resolve is a very professional software. It's not easy to learn. It took me a while to learn it. But basically, on one of my recent videos, I was editing a video, and I came across something I didn't know how to do. I forget what it was. I don't know. I was like something like I couldn't insert a certain kind of audio clip or something. But basically, I searched all over Google and YouTube, and I could not figure out how to do this. So I felt stuck. I didn't know what to do. So basically, I went on Upwork.com and I searched DaVinci Resolve Expert, and about 10, 15, maybe 20 people showed up. And they were all charging about $45 an hour to help people with DaVinci Resolve. They were freelancers. I was about to pay one of these freelancers $45 for an hour of help to learn how to do, you know, what I couldn't do on this DaVinci Resolve. So the point is, you can offer anything, any service, anything you're good at. Like, one thing that I've been thinking about doing is being a freelancer for drone photography. Now, I'm sure that there is tons and tons of competition for drone photography, and I bet if you went on Upwork.com, there is probably tons of people on there offering drone photography services, you know, because like lots of companies and businesses are looking for like aerial shots, aerial photos, or aerial videos of their business or their home or anything like that. Upwork.com is a very popular website to post your freelancing jobs on. And the fifth way that you can make money while living in your car is by online tutoring or teaching. Now, I don't have any experience with this, but I've known people that have done it, and basically there are lots of different things you can do. You can be some kind of coach. You can literally tutor kids in school. You can be an ESL teacher, which is English as a second language. Basically, you get certified to teach English as a second language, and then they connect you with jobs. Like, I read somewhere that like there's a huge demand for teaching Chinese kids how to speak English, and it pays really well. Those ESL teachers get paid really well, and I imagine that you do it over webcam, maybe over the phone too, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, you can travel anywhere, wherever you have, you know, an internet connection, you can just teach and tutor wherever you are. And the sixth way that you can make money while traveling is by online selling. Now, obviously, if you live in a car, you can't really store too much merchandise because, you know, you're in such a tight space. But I'm not talking about like selling things that you have on you. There are other things. You can sell stuff at other locations, and I'll give you some examples, like drop shipping. Now, I experimented with drop shipping a little bit. I never really put too much work into it just because, I don't know, I didn't feel too comfortable with it. But basically with drop shipping, you buy products that are at a different warehouse, and then you create a website or whatever. You figure out how to sell those products however you want. The company gives them to you at a certain price. Drop shipping is a very popular thing. A lot of people do it. You can create a website dedicated to selling just those products. Just go on YouTube or Google and type in drop shipping, and you'll see there's tons of information out there about it. And then another thing is like, one thing that I got into for a while, and that is selling things on like Amazon FBA. With Amazon FBA, basically you ship things into the Amazon warehouse. FBA stands for Fulfilled by Amazon, and basically you ship products into the warehouse and they store them for you, and then they sell them on Amazon. Like, I was selling books on Amazon for a while, and there's actually a guy on YouTube, I think his name is Romer the Roamer or something, Roman the Roamer, something like. He travels the country and sells books on Amazon. And what you do is you go to thrift stores and you have like a little Bluetooth scanner, and you scan these barcodes on the books, and it tells you if you can make money on it on Amazon. And basically, you know, you spend some time doing that, and you ship in a huge box into the Amazon warehouse, and they'll sell the books for you. Now, I mean, there's a lot of money that can be made with selling books. For me, I didn't really like selling books because I didn't like spending, you know, 5+ hours a day in thrift stores scanning books. But, you know, a lot of people do it, and a lot of people enjoy it. You know, there's all kinds of things that you can sell online. Those are just a few examples. And the seventh way that you can make money while living in your car is through ad revenue on a website. For me, this is where like the other 25% of my income comes from. I said 75% of my income comes from the delivery jobs, and then, you know, through my YouTube channel, I make a little bit off ad revenue. Now, like, you know how when you go on a website, it'll say on the side, often it'll say ads by Google, and there will be like random products for sale, or, you know, random advertisements. The company that does that is called Google AdSense. And if you have any kind of website, it doesn't have to be YouTube, it can be a blog, it can be a website where you sell things, any kind of website. Basically, what you do is you apply to Google AdSense. And if Google AdSense approves you, they will pay you to put ads on their website. Basically, another company pays Google, and then Google pays you. So it's like another company is putting ads on your website through Google AdSense. And so, you know, like my YouTube channel is monetized, so those ads that play before and during the videos, I am getting paid for those ads. And then the eighth way that you can make money while traveling is by selling homemade crafts. You could make jewelry. I've seen people make tie-dye t-shirts, candles, candies, anything that you can make, you can sell. And you can sell it on Etsy. You can sell it at farmers markets, flea markets, city squares, you know, outside of national parks. I've seen a lot of vendors doing that. And I think this is especially popular with women, you know, and it's something that could be fun to do. You know, you can make something you're really good at, and, you know, turn around and make some money off of it. And the ninth way that you can make money while living in your car is by having some kind of digital customer service job. And by digital customer service job, I mean where you work for a company and you receive calls, or you are online and you do chat customer service. Like a good example is like AAA. Like when you call AAA, the calls very often, if not all the time, go to someone who is on call at their home, and when you call them, the number either goes to their house phone or their cell phone, and they are, they answer and they represent AAA at that, on that phone call, even though they're not at a call center. So you could travel and have, calls coming to your phone. Another one you can do is chat customer service. Like an example for that is like the company Visible that I'm with, the cell phone company. They don't have a number you can call to talk to someone, but they have chat customer service. So you could like talk on chat on your phone or on your laptop. I've never had a job like that, but I know they're out there. You can check Indeed.com for jobs like that. And the 11th way that you can make money while living in your car or traveling is by house sitting or pet sitting. The way that you find house sitting or pet sitting jobs is there are different platforms out there that basically you apply to, similar to like the temp agencies. You apply to them and they do, the background check and all that. And once you get approved, then they will connect you with different house sitting and pet sitting jobs in that area. And I've never done it, but I've been told that very often, they will let you stay in their house, like live in their house for a few days while they're gone. And that's like, if you're traveling, that's a bonus right there. So that could be something you look into. And the 12th way that you can make money while living in your car is by being some kind of consultant. Now, I've never done this, but I've heard of people doing it while living in their car. And basically, as a consultant, people call you or you talk to them on webcam and you give them advice or, some kind of like direction on a various number of topics. You could be like an organic food consultant, you could be like a pet consultant. The possibilities are endless, so that could be something you could do. All right, so those are the 12 ways that I know about how to make money while living in your car. Those are definitely not the only 12 ways, but hopefully that will give you some ideas and help you to get started. So yeah, thanks, have a good one.